Good afternoon, good evening, good morning as well, depending on where you are and what time it is where you joining me from today on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It's a truthful Tuesday. My name is Zoli Swatcheche and I am so excited. I welcome you. Welcome. I can see that there are people that have already joined on both sides, that is YouTube as well as Facebook Live. Well, if you don't know who I am, and I think by way of being decent, really, I'm Zoli Swatcheche. I'm a transformation life coach, an inspirational speaker, a published author, but I am here in my capacity just as your sister, having a conversation with you over a cup of tea, a glass of water. I have my lemon water here with me today. And I thought I must just come and salvage myself from lies. So yesterday, I said when we were doing Mindset Monday with my co-host, I am a person that is very pedantic about time. And so I realized that we're already approaching the 45 minutes, which is the timeline. We're supposed to be wrapping things up and finishing. And there was a new aspect that was coming into the conversation, and it was getting heated, it was getting warmer. I could feel the energy, and I was embracing what was going on in there. And I had to cut the conversation immediately. I think we were already about a minute or two over the 45 minutes that's allocated to the slot when we ended it. And I got nervous during that time when I realized that it was either we were going to prolong it or we were just going to cut it like that. I said, and I only got to find this out at a later stage when I watched the video. I said, see you tomorrow. When we know it's Mindset Monday, and Monday doesn't happen on a Tuesday unless you are in a different time zone, but Monday is a Monday. And so I made a mistake when I said I will see you tomorrow. And so this morning I scheduled the next Mindset Monday, which is for next week on Monday at 6 p.m. And by that time I had already received some messages from two people that said, we are seeing you tomorrow, right? So upon receipt of this new Mindset Monday appointment for next week, those people that are not scared of expressing themselves came back to me. Those that know my number send me WhatsApp messages, others send me private messages via Facebook and in different ways. They said, but you had said tomorrow. And I thought they will understand. I mean, it's a Mindset Monday. Mindset Monday will happen on a Monday. But then after my 4 o'clock appointment, I was doing group coaching that is not related to what I'm doing here with the team, with a group of people. It just happened during that session that we had to talk about taking responsibility for actions and exploring alternatives in the event that something leads to a space where we had not intended to find ourselves in. After that, I was playing the song Unonganga that just played just now. It's a song by the late Datu Stompi Mavi, may his soul rest in peace, and it's a song that I love so much. There are some things that I can't explain I can't translate from one language to English or from English to the other language. Unonganga, this particular verse that I love, that got me to decide that I'm going to schedule this meeting for today as impromptu as possible, even though I had not planned to schedule it before. It says Isazela siyakubhuqa, and Isazela is conscience, and I was overwhelmed by conscience over the fact that I said I'm going to see you tomorrow. And at the time, I wasn't aware that I had said that. But about an hour later, I became aware that I said I'm going to see you tomorrow, and I knew that it wasn't going to happen. So I thought about how many times have I been lied to, and I remembered to be on the opposite end of a lie, on the receiving end of a lie. Then again, it came to my awareness, to my consciousness, that when I lie to somebody else, now that I've become aware that it is a lie, when I lie to somebody else, I'm also lying to myself, because I'm also listening to the same lie. So that is when the song that says that Isazela siyakubhuqa, I just felt that I just can't stand this. Let me come. Oh wow, Tinashe says, how great to come back. I understood what your tomorrow meant. Thank you so much, Tinashe, that you understood. Some people didn't understand, but I love their love, because they expressed that they enjoy having and sharing this space with me. And therefore, I'm here and I'm going to talk about anything and everything, because this is an unscheduled call. Thank you for joining. Asanda, my friend, my soul sister from Cape Town, says, hi, Zoliswa. It didn't click that Monday is only next week. I intended to be here today and not miss the live session. And I know that you missed it, Asanda, yesterday. However, you were able to catch on at a later stage. So you are so welcome, and I'm so happy that you are here. I love you guys, and I'm here. I had to really carry out responsibility to practice what I preach. We're talking about Isazela siyakubhuqa. That's true, and I won't be able to translate it. I'm so sorry for people that don't understand isiXhosa. Just the other day I was watching a video, a live video by Thandiswa Mazwai, and she was about to sing her song Nizalwa Ngobani. And she said, I can't say it in English. I just can't say it. The title of the song is Nizalwa Ngobani, and that's what it is. At first I thought, this woman is so full of herself. Nizalwa Ngobani means, who are you born of? Then I realized that if the answer were to be given to the translated version of Nizalwa Ngobani, which is, who are you born of? I probably would be saying, I'm born of my parents, Sindiswa Cheche and Sipho Skenjana. But if you ask me, ukuba uzalwa ngubani, then I'm going to tell you ukuba ndingumamtshawe, umdange, utshiwo, uphalo, ungconde, untlutshe, utogu, umlawu, ndingumxhosakazi, ndisisizukulwana sorharhabe, ongqika, oyinzi. I will go on and on. And can you see the difference between nizalwa ngobani or uzalwa ngubani and who are you born of? So I can't explain it. I can't explain Isazela siyakubhuqa. All I know is that the consciousness, the conscience is so overwhelming that I would not have been able to sleep tonight if I had not come here to be with you. And I'm excited because you are here and you are interacting. I was about to say that this is not a monologue. I love hearing from you. I love your energy. I love the interactions, because it tells me that we appreciate each other in this space. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Asanda, I am so glad to be here with you as well. Asanda says, I love that song by Thandiswa Mazwai. So let's talk about lies. I remember back in the day when I was at crash. I think I was about I was already 6 years old. I had started school, but Asanda uyayizela. And that's exactly what happens when you say it as in ndingumamtshawe, the person that's listening will just want to go, la, la, la. But when I say I am Zoliswa Cheche, you probably will just want to say, pleased to meet you. So it is not the same. There is no such a thing as a translation that gives exactly the oomph, that thing, the impact of the message that you are passing across. So I was about 6 years old doing grade 1 substandard A, and I used to go to Don Bosco Crash ahead of me going to school. So there was an arrangement with the crash for the children that had been there the year before, that who would come back to the crash after classes for some kind of an afternoon or of an aftercare type of a program. So go to school. In fact, I would leave my house in the morning, go to crash, and I would have porridge there, and then I would go to school. After school, I go to crash again to have lunch, stay there for a while, getting engaged in some programs, still in my school uniform, and then I would go home at about 5 p.m. And of course, I was coming from a poor family, so those meals really helped. So this one day, I'm coming out of the crash at about 4:30, 5 p.m., going home, and there was someone from the extended family who also lived in the same street as myself. She used to go to the Catholic church. So Don Bosco was more like a corporate social responsibility, if it was corporate. So it was more like a socio-economic development facility of the Catholic Church. Even though I didn't go to the Catholic Church, I was a member of the church. So I didn't understand some of the programs that happened there. And I was between 6 and 7 years old. And so I see this relative. I'm going down towards my home, and she is coming into the church. The entrance to the church and the crash were right next to each other. So I asked, why are you coming to church on a Tuesday? It was a Tuesday, it was not a Sunday. And she said, I'm going for the confession program or something like that. So I didn't know what that was about at that age. What is that? She was in a hurry, and so she said, I will let you know when I see you again. Of course, we saw each other over the weekend, and I asked again because I've always had this curiosity about life, about anything that I had no knowledge of at that time. So she told me that there would be a father. This is now the priest or somebody of that caliber in the Catholic Church. He would sit on the other side of a window in such a way that you would hear him, but you wouldn't be able to see his face. And then you sit on this side, and you're going to confess. Lemon water is very good this season. So you're going to confess and say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. And then you will tell what it is that you are carrying on your shoulders. So, of course, at first I judged her, like, you're so young. Why would you be carrying things on your shoulders to have to tell people? And also, why do you have to tell to be forgiven by the Father in the church, as opposed to asking for forgiveness as in our Father who art in heaven? I just got confused. But today I understand how it feels like when you have something that you are carrying on your shoulders. Isazela siyandibhuqa, and I'm carrying all of this guilt conscience. And I thought, let me just show up and say, guys, I lied to you, and therefore let me make up. I'm not with my co-host, obviously, because this was unscheduled, but I'm here and we are having a conversation. So when you have been lied to, or you have lied to yourself, lies tend to go with some negative emotions. Firstly, when somebody else lies to you, ask yourself, you will feel angry. You are likely to feel angry and say, how dare they take me for granted? How dare they say that to me when they know that that is not the case? And when you lie to yourself, you are reducing yourself to a level of a lack of worth. It's a level where you are not worthy of the truth, because if somebody does it to you and you feel, how dare they do that to me, and then when you are aware of it and you are doing it to somebody else, because remember, whatever we're doing is like a double-edged sword. It's going to hit on that side, but it's going to hit on you as well, because you know the truth. So when you are telling lies, you are saying to yourself, I am not worthy of the truth. And that belief system gets embedded and entrenched in your subconscious mind, and it just comes back at a later stage to haunt you, because it's going to come back with little things like when we have children and we tell our children that the tooth fairy has taken the tooth and it's going to leave you with something or a small present under the pillow the following day or something like that. And the child is sitting there asking themselves, why is this tooth fairy not appearing? What is wrong with me that this father tooth fairy is not appearing? Am I not good enough to be visited by tooth fairy? And then again, we say there is Santa Claus. Santa Claus always comes down the chimney and send gifts, leave gifts, but our homes don't have chimneys, for God's sake. How does Santa Claus leave all of these things? And sometimes the child will say, I haven't been sleeping at night because I've been waiting for Santa Claus to appear, but these gifts come at a time when I close my eyes. Why doesn't Santa Claus come to me so that I can see him, appreciate him, and have a conversation? We call them small lies, but we know that deep down inside ourselves, those lies are not going to help us in any way whatsoever. They don't solve any of the problems that we have. The best thing that we can ever do for ourselves is to come out and be authentic and be truthful and just laugh at ourselves when we have made mistakes. Sometimes the response that we get when we have lied is that people would mock us, people would judge us, or people would respond in different ways. Few people will actually understand and sympathize with us, but many people would be on the higher ground type of a response in terms of what we have done, because it is not correct. It's wrong to lie. You know it very well that what you have done is not the truth. And if you were to do it yourself, you probably would have wanted to do it differently. So we get that kind of response from the other people. But what if you were to mock yourself first before anybody else mocks you? What if you were to just laugh about it yourself and even crack a joke about it yourself before anybody else cracks a joke? There is this friend of mine who tells me that it had to do with relationships. She tells me that she did something very stupid in a relationship and she didn't know who to talk to. She couldn't talk to her family members because she knew they were very strict people and they were going to judge her. In the first place, she came from a family of born-again Christians. She was not supposed to have had a boyfriend in the first place. And so she tells me that she was in a taxi from the township that she lived in going to town, and she just spoke to Usisi that was sitting next to her. She spoke to this woman and poured her heart out, talking about how guilty she felt, talking about how angry she felt at the time, and how ashamed she was by the actions that she had taken as a result of being angry, about the lies that she had told. So she was just pouring her heart out. She says to me, she actually felt guilty afterwards because she realized that she was feeling lighter on her shoulders. And upon feeling lighter, she asked herself the question, if I'm feeling this light, who is carrying the burden? Because I was feeling the burden on my shoulders for the past few weeks or months, whatever time it took since the incident had taken place. So she said, who is feeling that weight? Because it was weight on my shoulders. And now that I have released it, I have told it to somebody else, suddenly it feels like it's gone. That is how healthy and how healing telling the truth is. I hope that the other person also managed to get rid of it in whatever way. But when you talk about it, when you release it, you are creating space for yourself to be lighter. I know of times where people will not be able to fall asleep at night because of the things that they are carrying, whether it is the things that they themselves have done or it is some things that have been done to themselves. But I know how it feels to not be able to close your eyes as a result of those kinds of things. And I'm here to say to you, just take it easy. Let go of all of these things. Laugh at yourself about the things that you feel other people are likely to mock you about before they do. Because then when they try to mock you, it's not going to be as impactful anymore because it is not going to be anything new. It's something that you have done first. So it's not, there is nothing to laugh about it anymore because you will have done these jokes or you will have made these jokes first. So I came to just say lies are part of who we are, but when we catch ourselves lying, it doesn't end there. Don't say that he or she is going to understand. She might, he might, she might not, he might not. Therefore, salvage yourself from your own lies because it's going to be a healing process for you too. How do you do that? Talk about it, release it, and remember to forgive yourself and carry on. Because when you've forgiven yourself, you also get the integrity back from yourself together with the integrity that comes from the people that you would have confessed to, if we could use the word confession as appropriate under these circumstances. So I'm here to say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I lied to you yesterday. I wasn't aware that I was lying at that time because I was just babbling and I was feeling nervous because of the time. But I have made up for that because I am here talking to you, present in your space, and I'm excited to have you present in my space as well. So I hope that on this Truthful Tuesday, you're also going to adopt your own elements of being truthful in different aspects of your life, including those respects where you feel, it's nothing to worry about. Nobody's ever going to know. I'm not saying go on top of the mountain, go on top of the Carlton Center if you're in Johannesburg, where I am, and tell the masses about things that they don't have to know anything about. But all I'm saying is forgive yourself and let go of that which may be on your shoulders. Thank you for this message, Zoe. You are most welcome, Tintin. Forgiving myself is a big thing for me at the moment. I'm working on that. Yes, Asanda, it is a process and not an event. We wake up and brush our teeth every day, and then we brush our teeth every day in the evening, every night once again. This is like taking a shower. You don't take a shower only once in your life after you were born or after an event had happened. We take a shower every day. And what I could suggest in the space of forgiving yourself on an ongoing basis, I would say find a way of connecting some activity that you do quite often, and say that whenever you do that, be reminded of forgiving yourself just like you did the previous day. Forgive yourself for not having forgiven yourself fully up until it all goes away. I am in the space of forgiving myself in the shower every day. Whenever I apply soap or body wash over my body, I am washing off the unforgiveness. I am washing off everything that is negative that I had been holding on to. And whenever I apply lotion on my body, I am applying peace. I'm applying comfort. I'm applying gratitude. And because I do this on a daily basis, I just ask for a daily dose of forgiveness so that it can carry me for that day. So give us this day our daily dose of forgiveness. That is the prayer that I make every day. Thank you so much for sharing this message with us, my sister. That's Asanda Matlugani. You are most welcome. Now it's time for you guys to go and prepare for your dinner. And I trust that as you do that, you will remember this is Truthful Tuesday, and forgive yourself because you need to create some space that is some weight off your shoulders and create some space that will enable you to carry something big that is coming for you, because the best is yet to come. Goodbye.